Hello, good afternoon and good evening from beautiful Candelaria, from our seafront apartment, where we are having a fantastic time. We are doing very little, we are walking a lot, and we are soaking in Spanish sun. I just asked Vasi what she's been up to, and she said 3 loads of washing. And she's been to the church in the morning, of course. Right, that sounds like an interesting Sunday. No walks today, the weather didn't permit walks. Welcome everyone to this live stream on 16th of Feb. We are still on sunny Tenerife. We are not back home yet. We are not back to the UK yet. And there are 4 people with me. How lovely. Please give this live stream a like. This is a live session. So please ask me questions and take part in the chat. Make the most of the opportunity to talk to me today. Send your message, send your greetings. And oh, you did a walk yesterday in Bronton. I like Bronton. I will tell you a story of our, I will tell you everything, guys. So, okay, I've got a plan here. I have a few notes. So first things first, how is the sound? How is the vision? Because this is the first live stream from this place. We have amazing internet connection here. I think it's because of all digital nomads living on Tenerife, or maybe it's other way around. They have such a fantastic internet on Tenerife that it attracts people who work online. So I know that the connection is great, but let me know how is everything else. Hello Sue, Andrea, Carmel and Graham. The usual squad is here. Hello and welcome on this beautiful Sunday afternoon stroke evening. Music is nice. You can hear me, you can see me. That's great. So it's 16th of Feb, the time is flying, oh my goodness, too fast, definitely too fast. So I will tell you what we did last week, what happened between today and last live stream, and what we are up to, what are our plans. So we are in Candelaria. This is our 3rd location and our 3rd apartment in Tenerife. We keep moving around. We were thinking that maybe we will stay in one place for a bit longer, but we like moving around because we moved from, actually we keep moving north for now because we started in a very touristic Adeje. Then we moved to Medano, which was much quieter, and now we are in Candelaria. We've never been here before. It's about 20 minutes in a car from Santa Cruz, from the capital of the island. We haven't been to Santa Cruz properly because it seems huge and busy, but we like Candelaria because it's at the seafront. It's a small town, just 25,000 people. It's famous for the basilica, which is right there, and I can see it from our apartment. And we are above the main walking route here and the main jogging route, because people tend to walk from the basilica to the seafront and the sea quarter of restaurants and the bars, which is up there. So the church is there, the bar is there, and people tend to walk back and forth. It is a lovely view, and this view actually was the main point and the main reason we took this flat, because it's actually a studio. It's tiny, but the view is amazing. So we have a conservatory here, a tiny conservatory here, and 1 bedroom stroke lounge, kitchen and a bathroom. So it feels a little bit like in a hotel room but it's so lovely, and this view really says it all. We have amazing sunrises here every morning. So every morning we wake up early just to see the sun rising because we don't want to miss it. And it's great because in our previous apartment we were watching beautiful sunsets, and here we are getting sunrises because we are in a different location. you may be interested in this. Maybe you will guess what is this. So there are 7 of you. How lovely. I hope everyone give this video a like, and please remember that if you watch this live stream as a video on other day, if you watch it afterwards, you can still like and comment. And thank you so much for all the lovely comments we received all over the last week. I responded to every single one. I read every single one, and especially Bob from Liverpool. Thank you very much for your kind words. Quite a few people really wrote lovely messages to us that they enjoy the channel, that they enjoy the content. So it's really nice to read all these kind messages, because sometimes it's hard, sometimes we are a bit low on motivation or ideas for the channel. Sometimes we doubt a little bit if it makes sense at all. So it's really nice to hear good stuff about our videos and us. Yeah, so Non Plus and Alex Lookin and Brian Simmons and Steven Vasilica, SG Super and Bob Helm, thank you so much for all your lovely messages and comments. So today it's Sunday. The town was very busy. We had loads of visitors. The streets turned super busy comparing to other days, because many people came for the church service in a beautiful basilica, which is actually it used to be the capital of Tenerife, this town, and the basilica attracts pilgrims, and this is the point of worship, the place of worship on the island. And hi Damian, and it's really interesting how the locals merge the old and new, because the basilica was built in 1950s, but it looks so much older. It's absolutely stunning. And they built it to commemorate, actually they built it in the place where they used to worship a pagan goddess, which then the Spanish called and identified as Virgin Mary, of course. And in front of the Catholic basilica there are statues of the pagan leaders, of guanchos, of people who used to live here on Tenerife before the Spanish arrived. So it's quite interesting to see how history and culture goes hand in hand, and pagan and Christian coexists on Tenerife. So I will definitely film the town for you. I'm working on a vlog, but we are trying to create just one vlog from Tenerife, and I think it will be a super long video, so I'm trying to concentrate and cherry pick the best bits for you. Hi Maciej, hello Maciej, how are you today? How are you? What are you up to? How was your Sunday? Have you done anything nice? For us it was a really interesting Sunday, but I will tell you all about it in a minute, and I will tell you about the ups and downs of the last week. As usual, we had some adventures. So vlog, yeah, in terms of work, for the last 3 weeks, actually it's been over 3 weeks, for the last during the last 3.5 weeks I managed to shoot and finish one video, but in this video I explained why we are not doing van life on Tenerife, and that really explains why there is no content from Tenerife, because we are living in flats, we are living in apartments, we are not hiring a motorhome, we are not in a motorhome, we are not in a caravan. So really there is no scope for shooting, but I managed to squeeze content and ideas for one video for you. And the second video which I'm working on is a vlog documenting the best bits of our stay, the best places we visited, the nicest views, the most interesting things that happened to us. So I hope you will enjoy watching both. Graham just spent a week in the caravan searching for a new home in Lincolnshire. Absolutely freezing. Oh no. Are you sure Lincolnshire such a hard word to say. Are you sure this area is the place where you want to be? Why don't you come here? I saw some really lovely apartments in Candelaria, very affordable. Come and get it before it's possible, because the restrictions are on its way, with taxes, with new restrictions on buying second homes here in Spain, on Tenerife. I have a feeling that the whole boom for the Canaries is about to end. Yeah, so who knows, maybe it's our last visit here, because things are changing here pretty quickly, and things are pretty dynamic. Vasi, yeah, I bet you can't wait for spring. Maciej, good, trying to start packing up as hey doing this. How are you guys? We are very, very well. Yeah, oh, come to Devon. That's another good address. So yesterday we went to this famous rural park called Anaga in the north of Tenerife, and I managed to convince Marek to leave the place which he absolutely adores. I managed to convince Marek to leave Medano, which is the beautiful seaside surfing town with plenty of wild and empty beaches. And I managed to convince Marek to move here for a week, because I said, hey, we will do a lot of hiking in Anaga, which is absolutely mind-blowing, and you will love it. And we went to Anaga yesterday, and it was such a disappointment, because I went to Anaga once before, just for half an hour, and we were walking this forest walk, and it felt and looked like a walk from Mill Park to Martin. So maybe for people who live in the cities, maybe for people who don't live in Devon, Anaga is worth visiting and they are impressed. But for us, you know, we looked around, we were covered by the tree canopy, we had no view whatsoever. It was quite busy because it was Saturday, and all in all, it was a big disappointment. You are like me, Graham. I also love the sun, but not the heat. Can't stand the heat. So Anaga, I'm sorry to say that, but it was a disappointment for us. But on the way back, we actually discovered something really nicer and something spectacular. And we found a lovely village which is not marketed at all, and no one ever writes about it. Just we found a hidden gem with beautiful green hills and spring flowers. And I didn't have a camera, but we will go back there and film the place. I hope we will go back there and film, because it's definitely worth visiting again. So, you know, on the way back from the main attraction of Tenerife, we found a place which we loved so much better than the main attraction. But that's life, you never know what you will find. Something that is not good on Tenerife, I have something. We have to buy bottled water because tap water here is not very tasty. You can drink it, but it's not tasty, and tea is not nice. Sometimes I brew coffee with tap water because coffee just kills the taste of this water. But if you want to drink water straight or have a cup of tea, you have to buy, you know, bottles of water. So this one has 8 liters. It's not that expensive. I think it depends on the place. It's 80 pence or €1.20. But think of the plastic, how much plastic it generates. All the visitors buy water like this. I saw locals using companies which deliver bottled water in glass bottles. So I saw our neighbors leaving empty crates full of empty glass bottles for the company, and their drivers come and deliver. They swap bottles and they deliver drinking water on Tenerife. So this is one thing I don't like here, Basi. But that's a good option, Sue, isn't it? That, you know, now spring is just around the corner. You can live in your caravan. Why not? You could easily spend the whole summer in your caravan. I imagine. Would you be up for this, or is it a bit too long? Can you recycle bottles in supermarkets? No. Well, there are recycling points. Luckily, there are recycling points every probably 200 meters on the street. There are recycling banks, but they don't give you any money for dropping your bottle in a recycling machine. Right. So we arrived here on Valentine's Day, and we realized that we don't have a single candle in the apartment. So I made this, ladies and gents. This is an olive lamp. This is an idea from ancient times, and it was working on the day. Let's see if it works today. So we were here. We arrived after a busy day of moving and driving and shifting our stuff here from Medano, and then I have to stop talking because ta-da! I think it's working. Let's hope we can keep this flame going, because this is our Valentine's Day lamp DIY. So I was terrified to realize that there's no single candle. We were sitting here in the evening having wine. Good wine costs €2 a bottle. The cheapest wine costs 90 cents a liter, so less than €1. So this is another thing which is not great on Tenerife. It's very easy to drink too much here. So we were sitting here missing a candle and thought, oh, we'll just make this. And then we realized we don't have a lighter. And we really didn't want to go out, and we had to go out to buy a lighter because there was nothing in the house. None of us smokes. Oh, come on, come on. Oh my God, the flame is about to die. I have to add something, add some spice to it to keep it going. Anyway, it really worked on the first day. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was just a special thing for Valentine's. The flame only comes alive on Valentine's Day and then dies. But we have a backup. Don't worry, we have a backup. Oh, okay. Okay, let's keep this flame going. Yeah, we will not be beaten by the elements. There you are. Here is the flame of love, going forever. It looks like this one will be burning for at least 6 months. It's so big. Yeah, add some petrol or spice. Oh God, yeah, 90 cents per liter. Wine here is just amazing. So we are really trying hard not to drink too much, not to eat too much, but we are on this super long holiday of our lifetime, and we're not doing much, so we really push ourselves to go on a really long walk every day. Today we clocked I think 15 miles. When we were in Anaga, we did the same route, even though it was so boring, but we know, you know, we kept pushing. Well, the thing about those walking trails in Spain is that the Spanish have a very relaxed idea and a very crazy idea of what stands as a walking trail, and some of those trails are so dangerous we wouldn't step on them, because we would like to stay alive till the end of our holiday at least. So I found a trail which was accessible, which was a family-friendly trail, because I didn't want us to break our necks, and we ended up on something super boring. It was too easy, but luckily there are so many hikes here, so many places to walk around, that we will not be short of walking trails. The difficult thing is to find trails which are safe enough, you know, for us. What's the transportation? I think diesel is probably a bit cheaper than in the UK. Today I checked, it was €1.20 per liter for diesel. We don't drive a lot. We tend to drive to get main shopping, and when we move from apartment to apartment, then we need a car. But on everyday basis we tend to walk. If we can, we walk rather than drive. Buses are pretty good here. Can you keep up with Marek now, or has he slowed down to your pace, Kat? No. Today I managed to keep up with Marek when we were walking there. On the way back I was about 50 yards behind, but that's not bad. It wasn't like 50 miles. So yeah, what else? I have some other interesting facts for you in about Tenerife. What was the highest temperature have you noted since you are there? Well, the weather forecast says that it's about 18 during the day, that the maximum temperature here is 18, plus 18 centigrades. But for me, it feels like mid-20s. We have cool wind from the sea, and thank goodness for that. But for me, it's hot. We were walking around midday today, and it felt so much warmer than 18. Probably the highest was maybe mid-20s when we were closer to Adeje and Las Americas. This area is a bit warmer than the north. However, we were worried that it would be super cold here. It's not. It's more or less the same like it was in Medano in the south. So yeah, Candelaria, really lovely place here. And when we were moving from Medano, if you watched the last live stream, I was streaming from El Medano, and we published some videos from El Medano, some lovely views from the roof terrace. So when we had to move from this apartment, from the previous apartment, we also had to change a car on the same day, on the same morning. What could possibly go wrong? This was probably one of the most stressful days of this holiday, because at 10 o'clock we had to return our old car and pick up the new one and drive back to the apartment to take our stuff and be out of the apartment by 11 and drive here to move in. What could possibly go wrong? I was so worried because for like 15 minutes we were 100% relying on the person who was lending us a new car. We were really trusting that A, he will arrive, B, the car will be in order, C, they will not be late, because otherwise we would be in trouble, because we had to move out from our flat at almost the same time. So this was really stressful. And as we were standing there without a car, quite far from our apartment, quite far from our base, I was literally praying for the new guy with the new car to arrive, because if anything changed in the meantime, we would have a big trouble. But luckily he arrived and everything was okay, and we managed to move out on time, and I even managed to have a shower before we finally left the apartment in El Medano. But this was such a hectic morning. It's a miracle we pulled it together, honestly. So we are here. I have a few things which I don't like about Tenerife. Actually, I have a whole list. But you know me, give me something for a week and I will find a fault about it. There is no live music here. Yesterday, it was a Saturday evening. We walked up and down the whole town, the whole seafront, packed with bars and cafes. Literally, they were playing music in literally 2 bars, and there was no live music. And this is something we miss. We miss so much. There's no pub culture here, and there's no live music culture, which goes hand in hand with pub culture. And probably the first thing which we'll do once we arrive back home, it will be to see a band. We will go to see a band. What website are you using to book flats? Well, the two, the most marketed ones, which is booking.com and Airbnb. We looked at other websites, but we stick to those two. And it's worth comparing offers on those two websites. and it's worth shopping around. Greetings to lovely Candelaria. Isn't it great? I absolutely love it here. Hello, and how is Exmoor today? So the prices are, well, some people charge ridiculous prices for apartments. Some people charge ridiculous prices for garages. And I saw quite a lot of garages converted into flats here on Tenerife, and they don't have windows, and very often, maybe I told you this story already, but very often instead of a window there is a poster with an image of a window on the wall, pretending to be a window. And if you don't look carefully, you will think this is just a window. Anyway, so the prices, you know, for the flats, now we are in a budget flat. I think we paid 300 euros, something around 300 euros per week for a studio and 1 bedroom. So we have a few 1-bedroom flats booked till the end of the holiday, which are around 300 euros. In Medano we splashed a little bit. We paid 700 euros per week for 3 bedrooms with a roof terrace, because we thought that would be our last accommodation and our last week on Tenerife. And then we decided to extend the stay by 3 weeks, which meant we had to find 3 more apartments very quickly. And you know, given it was all last minute, because normally we book apartments at least 6 months ahead, I think we did pretty well finding those deals, because a similar apartment, even in the same town, can cost twice as much. People charge what they want. And you know, I've probably read thousands of offers over the last few weeks, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy that, you know, for the same, almost the same apartment, the same standard in the same town, you can pay anything from 300 to 1,300 euros per week. So, ladies and gents, are you still with me? There are 11 of you. How lovely. I hope everyone gave this live stream a like. So don't forget to stop me. And where was the rally, please? Don't forget to stop me and ask a question, because otherwise I will keep going. I will keep talking about random things, like things from my list. So today it's Sunday, and we went for a beautiful walk. We went for a walk to a nature reserve to see some hills, or actually walk around the hills we see from our apartment. And they seemed pretty close to us, but it took us an hour and a half to get to the place, to get to the starting point, to get to the start of the trail. And between us and this beautiful walking area, there is the biggest industrial estate I've ever seen in my life. So it took us an hour and a half to get to the start of the trail, and it took us about an hour to walk across the industrial area. I've never seen anything like that in my life, and I just couldn't believe that there's so much industry on Tenerife. But on the other hand, it was really uplifting to see something else than tourism, because many people and many places rely on tourism here. So it was really lovely to see that there are other things happening on Tenerife, that they produce things, they manufacture things. There is some industry on the island, which, you know, was quite interesting to see. So we ended up walking for an hour and a half to this nature reserve, where we maybe walked for an hour, and then we were walking back for another hour and a half. So this wasn't probably the best planning, but guess what? Tomorrow or whenever we feel like, we'll just hop in a car, drive to the reserve and start walking there. Yeah, it was quite interesting to see all this industry happening here on Tenerife. Also, another thing which I don't like here is the price of ice cream, Vasi. Nothing like in the UK, even in big supermarkets, big tubs of ice cream. And nothing like well-marketed brands. Local ice cream here costs about €5 a tub. Yeah, Ben and Jerry is probably €6 or €7. Still cheaper than in the UK, isn't it? But we found it quite shocking that that ice cream is so expensive. How do you find your walks and an app? Well, we find them. We have a few apps we use. My personal choice would be to buy paper maps and the books, but we would probably end up with many books because we keep moving around Tenerife, and it would be hard to buy every single book for all the areas we visited. So I have some offline maps. We both have offline maps on our phones, which are quite detailed, and they show you the trails. So what I like to do is looking at the area. I look at the particular area in my offline map, and I find walks there, and then I research the walks, and I check the level of difficulty, check what other people write about them. So when we were returning from Anaga, this beautiful place which we found, a village called Cardina, we were there trying to find a walking trail, which I had on my map, on my offline map. But these trails, I think they were not used in many years. We didn't have a single sign. We didn't find them. So in the end, after walking around and hiking a little bit and climbing quite a lot, we didn't find the route, but we really enjoyed looking for the route. So we were really enjoying trying to find the trail. We didn't find the trail. We were supposed to make a loop. We were just walking up and down a few times, but the place was so beautiful that we still had a great time. Romania has the best ice cream, and I'm really not biased. I'm drinking mint today. Cheers. In general, I'm trying to reduce drinking coffee, and I got hooked up on Canarian coffee called the Barraquito. Maybe I will prepare it for the next live. Have you heard of Barraquito? Barraquito is a really naughty coffee, and it's something that you have to try when you come to Tenerife. So it is coffee served in a small clear glass. It has 5 different delicious layers, including alcohol. And I'm trying very hard to recreate the pattern of 5 different layers which don't mix. And one of them is alcohol, and one of them is very strong espresso coffee. So it's supposed to have 5 layers. So far, I think I achieved 3. So it's very hard to stay off it once you've tried it, because it's delicious. So this is how I spend my free time. I'm trying to learn how to make a perfect barraquito. Better than snack berries, Vasi. Ooh. Well, snack berries, I've never heard. What's that? My favorite ice cream is Farmer Tom's ice cream from Devon, from near Torrington. They make amazing ice cream on the farm. So there is another thing I don't like about Tenerife. You can buy charcoal everywhere, but there are no barbecues. We are dying for a barbecue. We would love to have a barbecue, but many people have big barbecues in their gardens. And now we are staying in the apartment, so we don't have gardens and we don't have a barbecue. You can't have a barbecue on the beach. You can't really have it in public places here. There are places where there are public shared barbecues, like big grills you can use, but they're usually pretty busy and pretty dirty. There's a cloud outside. Will we see first ever rain on Tenerife? No. There was a forecast the other day, I think it was actually yesterday, the forecast was rain, light rain. It didn't happen, Well, because people have those huge barbecues in their gardens, like made of bricks, massive. You could probably barbecue a pig on them. But we don't have access for this because you get what you pay for. We are in budget apartments, not in villas or fincas. Yeah, but this is something we miss, having a barbecue. But something we really want to try before we leave Candelaria is a massive pizza. We found a place here where they serve a pizza which is either 50 centimeters in diameter or 1 meter. 1 meter pizza, can you imagine? It must be like this, huge. So probably towards the end of our stay we have to buy it. And it's only 20 euros, it's not a lot. 20 euros for a 1 meter pizza. We had some kebab from them. There are only 2 kebab shops in this town. We tried one and it was nice. It was really nice, but as I said before, we are really trying not to eat too much because we don't work. We move because we go for our walks. Marek is leading the charge and I'm running behind him. So we are trying, to keep active, but it's really hard when you don't work, and we miss working. And I would be very, very happy to be back at work, back on my feet and moving again. Yeah, of course it will feature in the vlog. Right, ladies and gents, have you got any nice plans for the evening, for this Sunday evening? Friends and family keep sending me photos from either Poland or England showing awful weather. Today I got a photo from Poland which made me feel very, very cold. I'm just so happy to be here. But after 2 winters in the caravan, in England, and during the storms, nights without electricity, really cold nights when we had no power in the caravan, I think we've earned it. Well, yeah, I will walk, I will clean my calories off when I'm finally back at work. But this is one of the reasons why we chose campsite work, and our last job really kept us on our feet as well, but that ended like 2 months ago. But yeah, we can't wait as much really as we enjoy being here and not doing much. You will probably not believe it, but we feel tired. Do you know what's tiring? The constant planning. So at least now we have those apartments booked, we know where we will be staying, but we still do a little bit of planning every day. We are still researching the new areas we visit, and we are still finding walks. We are looking for nice walks to do, nice places to visit and so on, and it is exhausting because 2 months ago we were working in the UK. We had no idea we would be here. So we didn't have a chance to plan this trip at all. It was all spontaneous, it was all ad hoc. So we had to do all the planning while here, and it's pretty exhausting. Yesterday Marek told me, I don't blame people who buy package holidays. They do all the planning for you because it is tiring. But come on, I will not annoy you that, I feel tired not doing much in sunny Tenerife. It's true that in Poland it's very cold now, -8, don't even tell me that. I went to Poland last winter for 3 weeks. They will have to pull me back there in winter. There is no way I'm willing to go back to Poland in winter ever. Maybe they will take my body there, but not me. Not until spring. Okay, ladies and gents, it's getting dark. Time to finish, time to let you go. Enjoy the last hours of Sunday and the last hours of peace before Monday arrives. So thank you so much for coming today. Thank you for all the lovely messages and questions. And have a lovely week. And I will see you next week. Hopefully on Sunday we will be in a new place. So again, we don't know what the place will have for us. Hopefully, if it has good internet, we will do a live stream again with a catch up and tell you how we've been doing. We will obviously keep you posted through Facebook and Instagram. And those of you who visit us on Freedom Seekers on Facebook, you should see quite a lot of interesting content, because we try to keep you updated about where we are and what we do. So you will find us on social media as KM Freedom Seekers. Thank you so much for today, guys, and have a lovely week. Bye bye.